everyone, welcome back to the Sheffield United career mode here on FIFA 23. We've just finished the transfer window, and at midnight last night, after I'd recorded the 2 transfer window episodes, Sheffield United announced the signing of Gustavo Hamer. The tweet actually went live here at 9 AM. Well, this is the specific tweet that I'm looking at went live at 9 AM, but apparently it was announced at midnight last night. So, we know one of the central midfielders we're going to buy leading up to... What are the chances? Literally, I just recorded the 2 episodes and then they were like, oh, here's Gustavo Hamer. Okay, cool. Well, I will get Gus in between now and January and we will confirm that one. And then you guys will still have the choice of someone else to come in at the January transfer window mark. Lukasz Kalvak actually popped up on my radar as a free agent. I'll leave him there for now, just in case we need to we could actually maybe sell Norwood and Fleck and bring in Kalvak as a free agent and Gus Hamer and another central midfielder that you guys decide upon in the transfer window. That's neither here nor there for now, though. We have some games to play today. We are second in the Premier League. Only 3 games been played. Don't read too much into it just yet. So we'll play Forest, we'll sim Norwich because we'll play Wolves in the Cup and we'll play Newcastle as well. We might make a go at trying to win the domestic cups this season, or at least have a crack at it so that we can concentrate solely on the league and then hopefully Europe moving forward from there in latter seasons. So Forest away first. We very much enjoyed our last trip to Nottingham Forest. We got a massive victory and did it certainly for Billy Sharp. Now let's go to the City ground again and try and get another strong victory if we can. Cooper Akpom's got a couple of hat-tricks already this season. Unfortunately, we've got a suspension to on loan Moretti, but that's fine because Slimane can come in and fill that gap. 3 games played and 1 simmed. You guys will drop the video a like. You'll subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You'll make sure you click the notification bell and you'll never miss a future video. And we'll get some points on the board. Nottingham Forest with Wayne Hennessy in goal. So Zohie, Moussa Niakate, Felipe and Omar Richards at the back. Danilo still holding there with Remo Freuler and Oral Mangala in the midfield. Morgan Gibbs-White sat behind Taiwo Awoniyi and Alexander Mitrovic. I think that's pretty much the same 11 that we played against last time we played Nottingham Forest. So not many new acquisitions for them in the summer window. Some squad players perhaps that aren't yet of the quality to be in their starting lineup. And if they've not improved and we have, then surely this goes one way, doesn't it? 25 minutes in. Not really much for either goalkeeper to do yet. Other than that. I thought it was going to be one of those open your mouth and then it goes against you moments. 1 shot each after 26 minutes and neither goalkeeper really needing to do anything with either, to be completely honest. Ahmed Hozic should get this out wide to Jaden Bogle. We'll try and create something in this highlight if we can, but if we don't, then it will just be... oh my god, I think I just had a stroke. Relatively obvious as to why you haven't seen anything other than this highlight. And, yeah, you might not even see this highlight, to be honest. Although you might get a laugh out of me having a bit of a moment there, so maybe I'll leave it in. Out wide, brought down well by Omar Richards. Fired into Mitrovic, who's just onside. I've fallen over my own defender, and thankfully it hasn't cost me. Defenders getting in the way of each other, allowing the space inside for the Nottingham Forest man. That could have been awfully embarrassing if that ended up in the back of the net. Ollie McBurney will look to get away. There's not really much pace in those legs, is there? So we'll use Slimane. He's got some space to get into here as they've left him alone a little bit. Tyro came back and tracked back nicely. Then inside to Chuba, and from the edge of the box, drawing the save out of Wayne Hennessy, but that's as good as we've gotten in the first half. Not a good half of football. Hopefully the second will be better. Taiwo Awoniyi. Oh, lovely take by Mitrovic, and terrible shot by Mitrovic. Brilliant touch and turn, and fantastic movement to get the ball where he needed it to have the shot. Good block by Slimane. Come on then. Come on. Get to it. Oh, mistake by Felipe. The game's been so dead. And one mistake to seal the victory for an opposition team would be absolutely apt for this fixture. And the fact that Chuba Akpom missed the chance sums up this game more so than anything else. What is life? Come on, Chuba. That is a joke. You've got to put that away. He did the exact same thing in yesterday's episode. Just inexplicably poor. So bad. The whole game, whole goal to aim at No pressure on him whatsoever. I even slow down and stop sprinting. And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it, mate, if you don't mind. I definitely mind, actually, as it happens. No. Get out. Taiwo finds Morgan Gibbs-White. That was unbelievable. And Taiwo's missed the target, thankfully. That would have been outrageous from Morgan Gibbs-White. That assist was disgusting. Nice 1-2. Go on. Go on, Rian. Go on, Rian. Dries Mertens off the bench. Dries Mertens arrives on debut and scores a game winner. That's the difference in quality we found with this 1 year short-term deal. Off the bench, Dries Mertens' first couple of touches as a Sheffield United player. Was it even his first touch? No, second touch. Buries it in the bottom corner. We will win this dead game of football. But thankfully, an ageing 36-year-old Dries Mertens can still win games of football for his team. Time done! A win away from home at the City Ground. And that is one of those. Getting 3 points when you play badly is definitely a good thing. But it really was a terrible game of football. You might... I'd be half tempted to show you the goal highlight. And that's it. Maybe Chuba Akpom's miss because... bloody hell, that was terrible. Wow, Newcastle 5, Brighton 1. Spurs winning at City. Leeds still top. We're top. Leeds haven't played yet. Leeds can draw. Actually, if Leeds draw, we'll stay top on goal difference. All right. Wow. It's a great start to the season. Wes Foderingham is up to 76. Go on, son. Max Lowe is up to 78. Go on, son. And Fabio Moretti is back from suspension after his red card. And we certainly missed the quality that he offers with Slimane on there. But I'll put Slimane on the bench ahead of Dries Mertens. Even though Dries was the goal scorer, we said that... Well, to be fair, Dries was actually the player that we signed as a one-year loanee, wasn't he? So Dries can actually go on the bench. But Maitland-Niles is one that's purely just a squad player for the sake of being a squad player because the loan system doesn't bloody work. Right, Norwich next. Let's simulate that and get another victory, please. Ah, bollocks, Leeds won. Fair enough. Norwich at home. They have 1 point so far this season. So I think everybody's fully expecting them to get a 3-0 victory here against us. They've got Josh Sargent up top. Okay, there goes the 3-0 prediction. Chuba Akpom on the score sheet again. He's killing it in the Premier League this season. If only he could have scored in that last game, eh? They've got Angus Gunn in goal, Aguilar, Omar Babadeli, Hanley, Robinson, and Shaw, Nunez, Sara, Sinani, and Solis in the midfield with Josh Sargent up top for them. Norwich in a 4-2-3-1. At the minute, they're 1-0 down, if we speak in numbers. Oh! What a finish! Sara, outside the box, whipped. I was just waiting for the keeper to save that. And he didn't. What a goal. Norwich are level. Are they about to get their second point of the Premier League season so far? Or potentially even more? No, they're not. Brilliant goal. Fabio Moretti, the one that puts it away in the end. But the movement, the passing, sensational. Sorry, Norwich. Ah, Josh Sargent. That's 2-2. Norwich will get a point from this because I don't think we're going to find a winner in the next 3.5 minutes. Bollocks. Norwich are going to get 2 points so far this season after scoring 2 goals away from home. Or are they? No, they're not! Ollie McBurney's a match winner once more. Sorry, Norwich. Still only the 1 point for you. Last kick of the game. I feel bad, really. But that's why they are where they are in the table. Because they just can't see games through. 1 point from 6 games for Norwich now in the league. And we're having a fantastic start to the season. 1 point from 5 games. Leeds have won all 5 so far for them, which is outrageous. Spurs, ourselves, and actually our next opponents, albeit in the Cup, Wolves, are unbeaten so far this year. Norwich, 1 point from 5 games. Brighton, 2. Leicester and Fulham. Leicester, Fulham, Villa and Everton, all with only 3. Apparently the quality of team and result in the Premier League is not as high as it was. Certainly a number of sides having a terrible start to the season. Thankfully, we're not one of them. More familiar opposition in the Cup this time after seeing Sutton United out in the previous round. Jose Shah, Nelson Semedo, Craig Dawson, Max Kilman and Ryan Ait-Nouri are their defensive unit. Joao Gomez and Pablo Sarabia sat in the midfield with Mateus Nunes alongside them. Then Gonçalo Guedes on the left with Neto on the right and Mateus Cunha up top at striker. The 4-3-3 for Wolves is decent, certainly, but I fear for them in real life. They might be a good team to do a save with on FC24 because there's certainly a lot of growth. Not necessarily a lot of potential, but certainly a lot of scope for improvement at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And if you might at some point like to see... Oh, Ollie, come on, mate. You might like to see a Wolves career mode at some point, then do let me know in the comment section. I'd love to have your feedback. Anything that you guys want to see, I'll try my best to actually provide. Other than, apparently, a Sheffield United goal at the moment, because I can't seem to do that in this game so far. Forward to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Bogle, well, both he and Ollie McBurney were begging for it. It's Jaden that does get it. Little lift. Ollie McBurney's there with a header and he's headed wide, unfortunately. Good opportunity, that. Good anticipation. Forward there to Bogle. Just knock it back to Vinny. And then go to Ahmed Hozic. Through the middle there to Oxlade-Chamberlain. And there's Ollie McBurney. And Ollie McBurney will look for Chuba. Didn't have the space to get a shot away. Evidently didn't have the space to play the pass either. Guedes is on the right. Could lunge there. Probably would have been a silly thing to do because Ahmed Hozic is solid enough and fast enough now as a defender to be able to deal with things like that. We're playing well in this one, actually. Much better than we did in the previous game. And a goal feels like it's just a matter of time now. That time might even be now. Chuba! Deflected off Dawson. Can we get one before half-time, maybe? Bogle. McBurney. Oh, it's beautiful. We better get one before half-time. We will. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain does exactly what Chuba Akpom didn't do in the game against Forest. That's how you put them away in that situation. And I bet Chuba Akpom's finishing stat is higher than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's. Maybe it's a composure thing. I'd have to have a look deeper into their mental stats. But certainly, that's the sort of finish I was after in the last game. This time I get it, and we have a 1-0 lead in the first half. Under pressure as well, that one. And Chuba had all the time in the world. Bogle. McBurney. Bogle. Chuba. Ready? I want to say back of the net. Back of the net! Chuba Akpom proves that he can score in that sort of situation. He heard me bitch about him and he's decided to show me up. We lead by 2. Thank you, Chuba! Here's old Chuby B. Whip it. Ollie's up. Oh, what a goal! Unstoppable right now, this Sheffield United side. Wolves are cursing their luck right now and shouting into the void. They don't know how this is happening, but we do. Because we're better. That's worthy of a look again, I think, actually. Chuba Akpom out wide. Max Lowe, was it a first-time ball? It is. Beautifully placed. And Ollie just dominates the defender right into the corner with a header as well. Sorry, Wolves, but you are going out of this cup competition. There's the through ball. Ollie McBurney's in. And in the middle here is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Over here is Jaden Bogle. And oh my God. Probably shouldn't have taken it first time, should I? Oh, it's a brilliant ball by Cunha. Pedro's in. Dino makes the save. Lopetegui's like, please, just put it in the back of the net. Sorry, boys. You're going out. Flick. Through ball to Ollie McBurney. Oh, he's so unlucky. He's one man of the match, according to the stadium announcer, and he could have really sealed a fantastic individual performance there, Ollie McBurney, with a beautiful goal, but sadly not to be. We don't need it, though. 3-0 win here at home. Just the performance I needed on the back of that frustrating one against... Oh, hello. Fans are very pleased about that. Just the one I needed on the back of that frustrating performance against Nottingham Forest. Couldn't do anything against the Reds, but against Wolves, we've nailed it, and we shall try and do the same again. Although, was it Newcastle at the end of the month, which is probably going to be the most difficult game we face all day. Newcastle United have actually spent quite a bit of money in the summer window. Upamecano is in, as is Alfonso Pedraza. Toon Koopman, as we obviously saw earlier on in the season as well. Lucas Ocampos in on the wing, and Mats Hummels also on the bench. They also bought Di Lorenzo, of course, in January last year, but all of the players in the starting lineup plus Hummels were bought in the summer. So spending that Saudi money, Newcastle United, and we learnt our lesson from when we played the red and white stripes against the black and white stripes last time we played this fixture, so we're in our all-white away strip this time. Isak, Harvey Barnes, Sandro Tonali. Alright, you can already tell that Newcastle are playing an entirely much higher quality of play just from the opening few minutes here. The difference in quality between, oh my lord, Newcastle United and Nottingham Forest and Wolves is very much evident, as you can see. Alexander Isak with a thumping finish into the top right-hand corner. Newcastle, brilliant in possession, then lost it as we did well to win it back, but unfortunately losing out again. And just the movement of Isak, and that left foot finish is devilish. Into the top right-hand corner. We are behind at St James's Park. Could this be the first defeat of the season? Back to Chuba, and look at Ryan Brewster looking to break between the lines. Break between the lines he has. Ryan Brewster. 1-1. Ollie McBurney might have been a little bit tired. Ryan is taking his chance. We are level at St James's Park, and that really didn't take long. The Newcastle defence split apart with a through ball, and Brewster's got just enough pace to ensure that he gets away from the defender and then he's able to tuck it home. As the defender very nearly got back to him there. Got the option inside, and we could play Brewster even through this gap. Looking for Chuba. Good save by Nick Pope. I did have Moretti arriving on the left, but put my faith in my striker. Very nearly able to pull it off. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a delivery. Oh, we're up, but we can't get the effort. Vinny's done well. Cut that back, actually. And Brewster. Try and squeeze it in from there, then. Nick Pope with a good save. Trying from the tight angle. We'll look for a second to go in front if we can. Chuba's up again. He's not going to get to it again. Then he's Souza. It's Austin Trusty. It's John Egan. Why is it never going to fall to a man that can actually shoot? And even when it does fall to a striker, still not a very good shot. Barnes stood up nicely. Koopmanis gets there with a header, but Henderson makes the save. Newcastle still pressing. Newcastle still dangerous. At the minute, we are holding the 1-1 scoreline, and we'll take it in at half-time. Hope to be just as good in this half as we have, or just as good in the next half as we have been in this half. And there is definitely a win in this game waiting for someone. Whether it's us or them, I'm not sure. Pedrazza pushed forward from left-back. Is Toon Koopmanis. Toon to Harvey Barnes. That is a long way wide. Had the opportunity to take that on his stronger right foot there, Harvey Barnes. I'm surprised he didn't. Newcastle with an early warning shot in the second half that they are going to go for the victory here. Tonali. Forward into Alexander Isak. Toon Koopmanis through the gap. Bruno Guimaraes. Fingertip stuff from Dean Henderson to keep Newcastle out. All of the action that wasn't in the Forest game is being countered by non-stop action in this. Oh, it was on its way in. Very much so. Harvey Barnes with a header that very nearly found its way into the back of the net. Another cross to a similar area. Bruno. If Harvey sticks a leg out there, maybe he diverts that past the keeper. Half an hour to play. There's definitely more goals in this game. He sucks in behind. Lays it back. Bruno. Koopmanis looking for Bruno again. Koopmanis again. Isak. Someone needs to just shoot, lads. You're not going to score a goal if you don't pull the trigger. Might have to just resort to a long shot, but you never know. It might work. Oxlade-Chamberlain through the gap. Oh, Ryan's going to do it again, is he? Upamecano's got the legs. He's definitely got the strength. I don't want to get involved in a physical encounter with him, but has he got the ability? No! To deal with the agility and balance of Ryan Brewster. A rare start for the young man, and a brace to maybe win it at St James's Park. 1-0 down to 2-1 up. It's all turned around. I told you there might be a winner in this game for one of the sides. It might just be us. Barnes into Isak and Bruno Guimaraes and a Campos. Oh no, what are the chances? Just pinballs around off feet. Defenders fall to the ground, flattened. Unsurprisingly so. Oh, what is your luck, Ches? Last minute is the opposite of what happened against Norwich. We're able to get a win in the last minute. Here, they try and square it, get interception in. Keeper dives at the feet, which leads to a heavy touch from the defender, by which point he just can't get back to it, to get his foot to it, to do anything with it. They get a tackle in, falls to Alexander Isak, and that's the end result. That's the end result. 2-2 against Newcastle United, 1-0 down to 2-1 up, and pegged back at the last. Sandro Tonali, very good in their midfield. Alexander Isak, obviously particularly good for them. They had nearly 3 times as many chances as us, but that was a familiar story last year, and we were still able to get some very good results. And before kick-off, he said you could draw 2-2 at St James's Park with the quality that they've got in the team. You'd probably have taken it. We've got Liverpool on the horizon. We've got some monthly scout reports to have a look at just at the end of the month here to see if we've maybe got someone that can come in and be a worldie for next season. But I've had no luck at all in any of the scout reports so far. Not a single player valued more than £500,000 or so. Looking for those £1 to £2+ million players. 875 grand isn't going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. I want the 2 million plus lads, because they're going to have to be that higher rated to begin with to stand a chance of getting anywhere near our lineup by the end of the save. So they just have to be the best. And at the minute, we haven't got anyone that is even remotely close to being the best. Flynn is the highest rated we've got in there at the minute as a 60 rated left back. He's got great potential. He's just not getting there. With regards to the rest of the squad and how they're growing, we can have a quick look for you. I'll just scroll through and then you can have a look for yourselves just in that top right-hand corner. Nobody grown by more than 1. No, Jaden Bogle's up 2, same as Vinny Souza so far this season. Nice to see the Ox growing as well. Alan Adams up 3 out on loan. Koulibaly's up 2. Scott's up, was that 4? 5 for Dawson. But the Patreon players all have potential. Rephrase. Patreon players, the created player, any created player, has potential to be special as a default. Dries has gone down 1 now. Again, Patreon players growing well. Benny Traore up to 68. And Alex Myers up 2 out on loan at Lazio, which is good news. We need him to grow if we want him to play a part next season. But next episode will be Liverpool, Brighton twice, Spurs and Aston Villa. So we'll play Liverpool. We'll probably sim the league game against Brighton to play the cup game, play Spurs and sim Villa. And hopefully still be relatively near the top of the table come the end, because at the moment we're sitting pretty in 3rd, and if we win against Liverpool, as unlikely as that is, we could go top. Sheffield United, Wolves and Leeds, not the front 3 you would have expected at this stage of the season, but that's what you've gotten, and hopefully it continues for a while, though those sides below us, those bigger sides, are starting to build up a head of steam now. We'll take on some big boys tomorrow then. Join me for it. Drop this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in that one tomorrow.